I was learning all the cues. I watched the way they laughed and slowly taught myself to lose the thing inside that flinched at every careless word. I became so good at smiling, it was almost preferred. I built a kind of warmth from everything they gave, then handed it right back before they saw the cracks. Performed the part of person with a little grace, and prayed that no one noticed what was missing from my face. I am tired of the version of myself I've had to be. All the careful explanations of the things they'll never see. Some nights I hear the rain come down and feel it like relief, like even weather knows that there is beauty left in grief. I fall in love with strangers for the way they look at me. For one breath I believe that I am someone I could be. But morning comes and quiets all the warmth the darkness gave, and I'm gathering the pieces of a life I couldn't save. I've laughed at all the right times, said the things that they expect. I gave away the genuine to earn a small respect. And somewhere in the giving I forgot which part was real and which was just the version I invented just to feel. I am tired of the version of myself I've had to be. All the careful explanations of the things they'll never see. Some nights I hear the rain come down and feel it like relief, like even weather knows that there is beauty left in grief. Maybe I was built wrong, maybe I was always glass, watching everyone around me as the easier things passed. I wanted to be gentle, but I kept on breaking things. There's a kind of grief that follows every joy that closeness brings. And still the river calls me the way the quiet always does. I write my name in water, watch it blur to what it was. Not an ending, not a failure, just a letting go of weight the world was not designed for the ones who feel this late. I pour the night and slowly let it settle in the cracks. I've written all my feelings down, and I am not going back to the version of the morning where I have to start again. The apology, the performance, everything in between. There's a mercy in the darkness, there's a peace in pouring rain. You don't have to be presentable, you don't have to explain. So I write until my fingers know the words I couldn't say. Fold them into paper boats and float them all away. I am tired of the version of myself I've had to be. All the careful explanations of the things they'll never see. Some nights I hear the rain come down and feel it like relief, like even weather knows that there is beauty left in grief. Maybe I was never meant to stay. Maybe some of us are rivers running only to the sea. Turn the page, let the water go. There's a kind of peace, and finally, just being. Just being.
trapeze in silk on summer nights. I count the rings from where I stand, a paper program in my hand, the sawdust warm beneath my feet. I lose myself inside the beat. The tent is full of yellow glow and everything I'll never know. The crowd goes wild, I smile along. I hum the words to someone else's song, just close enough to feel the heat, just far enough to keep my seat. You-a-yo-yo, the rope swings high. You-a-yo-yo, we never ask why, we clap our hands, we watch them fall. We leave the tent, we don't recall. You-a-yo-yo, the music plays. You-a-yo-yo, through numbered days, we bought the ticket, learned the route. We never figured our way out. The sequins catch the afternoon, a clown collapses, gone too soon. I laugh because the others do. I don't know what else I can do. The acrobat releases grip, and for 1 second, one long slip, the whole tent holds a single breath between the living and the rest. But then they catch and we exhale, and someone sells a ginger ale, and life resumes its usual course. We never think about the force. You-a-yo-yo, the rope swings high. You-a-yo-yo, we never ask why, we clap our hands, we watch them fall. We leave the tent, we don't recall. You-a-yo-yo, the music plays. You-a-yo-yo, through numbered days, we bought the ticket, learned the route. We never figured our way out. I came here as a boy, I think, or maybe just a man at brink. The lions pace behind their bars. I traced my finger to the stars. They painted on the canvas roof of all the world's collective proof that beauty lives inside the cage, that wonder fades with every age. I sat too long, the show grew thin. The clown removed his painted grin, and underneath just tired eyes and creaking knees and worn disguise. Maybe circus, maybe dreaming, maybe I was always leaving from the start. Maybe sawdust, maybe longing, maybe something I kept holding to my heart. And the tent comes down at midnight, and the trucks move on by morning, and the field is bare and quiet, and the grass remembers nothing but the way. The rope swings high. We never ask why, we clap our hands, we watch them fall. We leave the tent, we don't recall. The music plays. Through numbered days, we bought the ticket, learned the route. We never figured our way out. I walked back through the evening air, the smell of popcorn everywhere. The children run ahead of me, as I was once, as I was free. Before I learned to count the rings, before I knew the cost of things, before the acrobat let go, and I was watching from below. The music never really stops, it just moves somewhere you can't follow. Spin me around beneath the lights one more time. Here at
everything he could find. Stevenson, the classics, the mind of every writer who burned too fast and knew their light was made to last. He taught by day and wrote by night. The asthma kept him close to light. 33 years, a handful of books, more inside him than anyone looks. The moon came through the window, he watched it and kept writing. Something in him wild, something in him waiting. Tiger moon, the writer and the creature. Tiger moon, the fever was his teacher. He gave the tiger words to speak and gave the words a tiger's reach. 33 years and still enough to say the thing that mattered most. He wrote the scholar who became a tiger, the general lost in enemy snow, the master who forgot how to aim, the student watching the master go. Each story was a question he couldn't answer with his name. What is the self beneath the self? What stays when nothing stays the same? The moon came through the window, he watched it and kept writing. Something in him wild, something in him waiting. Tiger moon, the writer and the creature. Tiger moon, the fever was his teacher. He gave the tiger words to speak and gave the words a tiger's reach. 33 years and still enough to say the thing that mattered most. What is the self beneath the self? What is the art beneath the art? He asked this quietly in every book he wrote, and left the question open like a window. The moon was full the night he stopped, more stories waiting mid-thought drop, but what he left was clear and bright. A tiger moving through the night, not just one road, not just one fear, but every person riding here at 2 a.m. with something wild that doesn't have a name yet. Tiger moon, tiger moon, 33 and still riding. And somewhere the tiger is still moving through the moonlit field.
Under the gate, the rain comes down. I stopped here with no place in town. An old woman speaks low in the dark about the things that keep us alive. She says, to live you do what you must. And I stood there unsure who to trust. Not because she frightened me, but because some part of me agreed. The gate stands between two things, the rain and the road ahead. I watch the water fall through stone and wonder what it means to be alive. Rashomon, Rashomon, the rain falls soft on old questions. Rashomon, Rashomon, the heart keeps its own confessions. Every man has his reason, every season finds its meaning. We do what we do to live and carry the weight of it after. I wrote my stories clean and sharp, each line a quiet question mark about the things we do and why and what we carry deep inside. They called me sharp, they called me wise, I called it something I couldn't name. A vague unease that lived in me and never fully went away. The gate stands between two things, the world and what we make of it. I wrote until the lines ran clear and hoped that clarity was enough. Rashomon, Rashomon, the rain falls soft on old questions. Rashomon, Rashomon, the heart keeps its own confessions. What does it mean to tell the truth when every voice remembers it new? The man who lived, the man who died, each one certain they were right. I built my work on questions like these, not answers, just the asking, because the asking felt like the only honest thing I had to give. Vague unease, that's what I called it. Mock-zen Tarufuan, a feeling with no edges that followed me through every page. I wrote to find the shape of it, I wrote to hold it still, and somewhere in the writing, I think I came close. Rashomon, Rashomon, the young man stood beneath the gate and made a choice I understand, not because it was right, but because it was human. We all stand somewhere like that gate, deciding what will carry on, and rain falls just the same on every choice we make. Rashomon, Rashomon, the rain is quieter now. Rashomon, Rashomon, the question stays open like a gate in the rain, and somewhere someone is still asking what it means to live. The Zelkova let their gold go first, before the cold, before the worst. And something in that letting go was more than beauty, I just know. I walked out here because the world had pressed me down until I curled inward, and the field said, here, you're no one, and that's why you're clear. How does a field do that? Hold you without holding. The light just falls and falls and asked for nothing. Oktoberfield, Oktoberfield, the light finds what I couldn't say. Oktoberfield, Oktoberfield, the ordinary holds the grief away. I came here with a question I had carried for too long, and the field gave me nothing but the wind, and it was enough. Wordsworth wrote that certain moments enter you and never leave. I didn't understand it yet until I learned to walk and grieve, not loudly, quietly, the way the path just ends and starts again. You keep going not because you're brave, but because the field remains. How does a field do that? Outlast every human season. The Zelkova goes bare and comes back without reason. Oktoberfield, Oktoberfield, the light finds what I couldn't say. Oktoberfield, Oktoberfield, the ordinary holds the grief away. I came here with a question I had carried for too long, and the field gave me nothing but the wind,
you came out too late to the place where light on grass says this was always yours to have. The grasses talked in their own tongue about the ones who passed along this road before, how each one felt the same unnameable thing melt. What I wanted all my life was to be known by something true, not praise, not fame, just this, that something witnessed me in the October field. Witnessed me. The Zelkova witnessed me, and that was enough. More than enough. More than I had words for, and exactly what I needed. There are days the path is somewhere else, and I keep the October light to myself, not in my steps, but somewhere near, in the part of me that still walks here. I'll go back when the distance is right, back to the Zelkova's gold in the light, back to the field that knows my face, back to the only wordless place. Oktoberfield, Oktoberfield, the light still falls on the path. Oktoberfield, Oktoberfield, it doesn't ask where you've been, it just falls, and somewhere someone is holding a field they haven't walked in a long time, and the field is holding them back.
The ordinary world was clean and bright, but something in its brightness wasn't right. I looked beneath the surface of the things and found the beautiful, the broken underneath. They said, come back, the light is good up here. I said, I know, but something's more clear. In the attic, in the chair, in the gaslit hall, where the strange things gather after all. And I found something there that the daylight couldn't hold, a tenderness the ordinary never told.
Strange is tender.
I love the face nobody shows.
Strange is tender.
The hidden thing that no one knows. I built my world from crooked lines and paper walls and gaslit signs, and loved it like a secret room, the way a flower loves the dark before it blooms. I lay inside a chair to feel the weight of a stranger sitting small and intimate, not evil, not just wanting something near, a warmth that didn't ask me to appear. I crawled the spaces between the ceiling boards and watched the human world below, adored, not cruelly, just the way an exile learns to love the place where he was never born. And I found something there that the doorway couldn't hold, a tenderness the ordinary never told.
Strange is tender.
I love the face nobody shows.
Strange is tender.
The hidden thing that no one knows. I built my world from crooked lines and paper walls and gaslit signs, and loved it like a secret room, the way a flower loves the dark before it blooms.
I took the name of Edgar for my own, to say I loved the dark before I was known. The man who also built his rooms below and filled them full of what he couldn't show. The grotesque was not malice, not a game. It was the honest face beneath the shame of ordinary living, ordinary lies. The strange was where the real thing came alive.
Every Every criminal I wrote was me in different clothes. Every mask a mystery, a letter no one knows. I built the labyrinth to say I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. The twisted love inside each page was beautiful and clear. Strange is tender, I love the face nobody shows. Strange is tender, the hidden thing that no one knows. I built my world from crooked lines and paper walls and gaslit signs, and loved it like a secret room, the way a flower loves the dark before it blooms.
The tidal lights are gone, but something stays. And every reader who has felt the same, that pull toward the wrong and beautiful, that makes the ordinary feel so small.
If you have ever loved a crooked thing, a shadow more than what the bright days bring, you're in the attic too, you're not alone. The strange is tender, and it knows you home. Strange is tender, strange is tender. The gaslight doesn't go out.
Strange is tender, strange is tender.
It knows you by the dark you've carried, and somewhere
someone is reading Ranpo in a room the world forgot,
and the room is the warmest place they know.
The Dotonbori lights at night, the couple argues in plain sight. She says he's useless, and he is. He knows it, and she knows it too. They've tried the noodle stall, the inn, the vegetable stand that caved in spring. Each venture ending like the last, in warm embarrassment and laughs. But they keep going. In Osaka, they always keep going, because what else is there? Osaka wanderer, Osaka wanderer. The river lights are on tonight. Osaka wanderer, Osaka wanderer. The ordinary is alright. We tried and failed at 17 things, and she's still here, and so am I, in the city of the working people, under the Osaka sky. I wrote down every yen they spent. The numbers were the whole content of their story. How much cost each meal, each try, each thing they lost. The numbers were more real than words, more honest than the beautiful. I learned that from the merchant class who built Osaka on their mass. But they keep going. In Osaka, they always keep going, because that's just how it is. Osaka wanderer, Osaka wanderer. The river lights are on tonight. Osaka wanderer, Osaka wanderer. The ordinary is alright. The critics said I wrote too fast, too rough around the edges, past the acceptable, too much noise, too much the voice of ordinary choice. I said yes, exactly right. I wanted ordinary light, the kind that falls on people who get up and try the next thing too. Myoto Zenzai, the sweet red bean that couples share at the shrine, not because it's refined, but because it's warm. And in Osaka, warmth is the whole point. Warmth and trying again in the river at night, and the argument that ends with someone making tea, and the morning that comes because it always does. Osaka wanderer, They said I burned too fast. I did. I rode through every night. I lived the tuberculosis one in the end at 33 with work to spend. But
restaurant and the noodle stall and the canal and the ordinary life of it all. Osaka wanderer, Osaka wanderer, the river lights are still on. Osaka wanderer, Osaka wanderer, the couple is still arguing somewhere in Dotonbori, and that's enough. That's more than enough.
The station lit with gathering dark, a ticket pressed against my heart. As far as you are willing go, I said, as far as rivers flow. We boarded where the sky bends down into the river, into town, into the light that has no name. And the train moved and I came through something older than a word, through fields of stars that breathed and stirred. The window held the whole of it, the dark, the light, the infinite. River of heaven, the train goes where the current goes. River of heaven, nobody here needs to know the destination or the hour, just the moving and the light. I'm here beside you in the cosmos, and the cosmos is alright. The swans flew white through river dark, from station light to station light. And passengers beside us slept away from platforms out of sight. I never asked you where we were, you never seemed to need a name for what the window held for us. The beautiful was all the same. Through something gentler than a star, the river carried us so far. I reached across the seat and felt the warmth before the cold would come. River of heaven, the train goes where the current goes. River of heaven, nobody here needs to know the destination or the hour, just the moving and the light. I'm here beside you in the cosmos, and the cosmos is alright. Across the stars burn low and clear, above the river cold and near, and everything alive out there knew we were passing, didn't care, and not caring felt like love somehow. The way the cosmos holds you now, not asking who you are when, just holding you until the end. Where did you go? I looked around at empty light. I know now where the train was going. I understood it in the night. And knowing doesn't break it open. The beautiful stays beautiful. The river keeps its own direction, and that is more than merciful. River of heaven, the train goes where the current goes. River of heaven, nobody here needs to know the destination or the hour, just the moving and the light. I'm here beside you in the cosmos, and the cosmos is alright. I woke inside my ordinary town. The train was gone, the river down, behind the hill
still burned behind the things I hadn't learned. But in the cold I kept the window, the one that faced the river light, the one I shared with someone passing through the beautiful that night. River of heaven, river of heaven, the train is still running. Heaven, oh, river of heaven, the seat beside me stays warm. And somewhere, two friends are watching the cosmos from a window they share. And the cosmos is watching them back.
I don't know what I was looking for, but something in the way you held the door said, come and sit down, stay a while. And I stayed longer than I meant to. Every time you made the tea without me asking twice. You never asked me to explain my life, and something in that silence felt like home. I came back just to sit in it alone. I never asked the question that was always in the room. I thought we had more afternoons. I kept coming back, I don't know why, I just did. I kept coming back to the house at the end of the hill. You never told me what it was, the thing you kept behind your eyes, but something in you called me, and I kept coming back. The autumn afternoons were slow and long. We talked about the world and mostly got it wrong. Or maybe right, I was too young to know. I just knew I didn't want to go. You said once, I am a lonely man. I laughed because I didn't understand the way a person carries what they've done until the letter comes and it's undone. I never asked the question that was always in the room. I thought we had more afternoons. I kept coming back, I don't know why, I just did. I kept coming back to the house at the end of the hill. You never told me what it was, the thing you kept behind your eyes, but something in you called me, and I kept coming back. I thought that you were larger than the pain. I thought the quiet was a kind of rain that washed things clean. I didn't know then that some things stay exactly where they've been. You sent a letter after I had gone. It took 3 days to read it, then 2 more. By the time I finished, it was done, and all those afternoons made sense at once. You said I loved someone and someone else loved too. I moved before I thought of what it cost to you. You went where I couldn't follow. I've been living since, with all the space between that choice and this. I kept coming back, I don't know why, I just did. I kept coming back to the house at the end of the hill. You never told me what it was, the thing you kept behind your eyes, but something in you called me, and I kept coming back. The letter didn't change the afternoons, the tea, the silence, how the light came through. It only meant that you were real the whole time, more real than I knew how to say. And I was glad I came back all those times, glad I sat and asked you nothing, let it lie. Glad something pulled me through the gate, glad I was there before it was too late. I kept coming back, I kept coming back. The house is still there. I kept coming back, I kept coming back. The door still opens if you knock. And somewhere, someone is reading the letter for the second time. And this time, they understand every word.
worked until the lamp went low. I added up the numbers, checked them twice. I cannot tell you what I have to show, except these hands that aren't quite mine tonight. The city doesn't care about the hour. It makes its noise and I make mine. I count the coins, I make another hour, and stare at what I've made with all this time. Is this the life I came here for, or just the life I'm living? I don't know anymore. I stare at my hands, I stare at my hands. I worked so hard and nothing came of it. I stare at my hands, I stare at my hands. But somewhere there's a mountain, and it's still there, and it's still there. I wrote my poems in the margins of the accounting sheets I couldn't fill. I wrote them small so no one else would see them. I wrote them because something in me will. The landlord's coming and the rice is low. My wife is patient in a way that hurts. I know the look, she doesn't say it though. I hold it too beneath the work. Is this the life I came here for, or just the life I'm living? I don't know anymore. I stare in my hands, I stare in my hands. I worked so hard and nothing came of it. I stare in my hands, I stare at my hands. But somewhere there's a mountain, and it's still there, and it's still there. I held a handful of sand once from a beach I didn't know the name, and watched it fall between my fingers and thought my whole life feels the same. Not useless, just unable to be held. The way a poem lives but can't be kept. The way a man loves more than he can tell. The way I love the mountain while I've slept. Someone will read this later, someone who also works and also stares. Someone in a city far from somewhere, who holds a thing they cannot say they care. I wrote it for them, I wrote it for us both. The ones who work until the lamp goes low, and hold it quietly and let it go. I stare at my hands, I stare at my hands. I worked so hard and nothing came of it. I stare in my hands, I stare in my hands. But somewhere there's a mountain, and it's still there. I won't be here much longer, and I know it. The body tells you things the mind won't say. I wrote it all down anyway, to show it to whoever finds it later far away. These hands have held the pen enough, these hands have known the cold enough. And if the mountain sees me from up there, then maybe that's enough. I stare in my hands, I stare in my hands. The lamp is almost out. I stare in my hands, I stare in my hands. The mountain is still there. And somewhere, someone is working late and staring at their hands, and knowing that the mountain is still there.
I let my hair down in the spring. I didn't ask permission from the cold. I let it tangle like it wanted to. I let myself be 30 years old. I read the poems that the men had written, soft and careful and politely done. I thought there must be room for what I'm feeling. There must be room for this beneath the sun. Spring is brief and I am here, and the blood is warm and I'm not afraid. Tangled hair, tangled hair, I won't smooth it down for anyone. Tangled hair, tangled hair, the spring is short and I have just begun to feel the weight of a warm afternoon, to say what lives in me without a room. Tangled hair, the peonies are blooming, and so am I. You speak of virtue like a roof above us. You say be careful, be correct, be small. I reach across to where your hand is resting and ask, don't you feel anything at all? The body is not something to be hidden. It is the only honest thing I own. I won't apologize for how it carries the spring, the heat, the weight of being known. Spring is brief and I am here, and the blood is warm and I'm not afraid. Tangled hair, tangled hair, I won't smooth it down for anyone. Tangled hair, tangled hair, the spring is short and I have just begun to feel the weight of a warm afternoon, to say what lives in me without a room. Tangled hair, the peonies are blooming, and so am I. I told my brother, do not go, do not, no cause is worth the thing you are. I said it in a poem because the poem could travel further than my voice by far. They called me dangerous, they called me wrong. I said I wrote what lives in me no more. A woman is allowed to love this loudly. A woman has a body worth writing for. Every woman who has felt something and swallowed it before the room could hear. I wrote the thing we were not meant to publish. I wrote it for the spring, I wrote it clear. I wrote it for the body that keeps feeling, even when the world says that's enough. I wrote it for the tangle, not the smoothing. I wrote it for the warm and not the tough. Tangled hair, I won't smooth it down for anyone. Tangled hair, the spring is short and I have just begun to feel the weight of a warm afternoon, to say what lives in me without a room. Tangled hair, the peonies are blooming, and so am I. The spring was brief, it always is and was. The hair has silver in it now, it's true. But what I wrote at 30 still is burning, and something in it still is reaching you. I wrote 1,000 poems for the living. I wrote them fast because the spring was short. I don't regret the tangle or the fire. The unsmoothed hair was everything I sought. Tangled hair, the spring keeps coming back. Tangled hair, and I keep letting it. And somewhere a woman is letting her hair down in the quiet of a room, and feeling everything on purpose. ending that we knew. We ran between the festivals and gates. We never said the thing that made it true. We didn't know enough to know to wait. The paper lanterns lit the narrow road. We counted them like days we didn't count. I knew your name the way the body knows, a warmth that lives below the line of thought. I didn't know it yet, that summer has a last one. I didn't know the calendar would turn without permission. The last summer, the last summer, I didn't know it when I lived it. The last summer, the last summer, the lanterns and the festivals and heat. We ran until the evening caught us both, and something in the running was complete. The last summer, before the world came in. I saw you one last time across the road. You cut your hair, I'd let mine down for good. The distance was a sentence with no words, the kind of thing that once begun withstood. They said you'd gone to read the sutras now. They said I'd learned what the women learn. I didn't ask if you had heard them say there are some summers that you don't return. I didn't know it yet, that summer has a last one. I didn't know the calendar would turn without permission. The last summer, the last summer, I didn't know it when I lived it. The last summer, the last summer, the lanterns and the festivals and heat. I wrote it all the way that no one writes in language older than the world we knew. The old words held the feeling better somehow. The careful grammar of I thought of you. I wrote because the summer wouldn't last. I wrote because I didn't have the other. I wrote while counting coins against the cold. The way you keep a warm spy keeping further. A daffodil fell from the window ledge, or maybe I let go. You passed below without a word, the way you'd always known to go. I watched you from behind the paper screen. You didn't turn to see the winter road was quiet and was long, and that was all of it, and that was we. The last summer, the last summer, I didn't know it when I lived it. The last summer, the last summer, the lanterns and the festivals and heat. We ran until the evening caught us both, and something in the running was complete. The last summer, before the world came in. They put my face on something made of paper. I think she would have laughed, the girl I was, the one who ran between the festival gates before the world decided what she was. The last summer never leaves completely. It sits below the surface of the cold. It lives in anyone who ran once freely, before they learn the things that make you old. The last summer, the last summer, the lanterns are still lit. The last summer, the last summer, somewhere they are still running, and somewhere two children are counting paper lanterns on a summer road. And neither
it's the last one.
I chose the road that opened straight ahead. I chose the family name, the uniform, the coat. I told myself, this is the stronger thing. I told myself, the other road was smoke. She stood at the window when I left. I didn't turn around, I knew I would. If I had turned, I would have stayed, and staying was the thing I couldn't do. I was right, they all agreed. I did what I was made for, and sometimes right is its own kind of wrong. You carry both forever. The choice, I made the choice. I took the duty and I set the love aside. The choice, I made the choice, and everything I chose was dignified and cold and mine. And I have lived inside it all this time. They gave me rank, they gave me ceremony. They gave me a desk and ink and years. I wrote at night in the hours after duty. I wrote the things I couldn't say in years. I gave her back a character in pages. I gave her all the grief I couldn't name. The woman at the window never aged there. The woman in the story stayed the same. I was right, they all agreed. I did what I was made for, and sometimes right is its own kind of wrong. You carry both forever. The choice, I made the choice. I took the duty and I set the love aside. The choice, I made the choice, and everything I chose was dignified and cold and mine. And I have lived inside it all this time. I studied everything, the body, science, the way the state works, what the orders mean. I understood the mechanism clearly, and still I couldn't name what lay between the choosing and the chosen and the unchosen, the duty and the face behind the door. The right thing and the true thing are not always the same thing. I know that now and more. There is a kind of silence after choosing that doesn't sound like peace. It sounds like the particular quiet of something that has ceased. I would not choose again the other way. I know that too, the road I took was right, but right can be a cold and narrow passage, and I have walked it every day and night. The choice, I made the choice. I took the duty and I set the love aside. The choice, I made the choice, and everything I chose was dignified and cold and mine. And I have lived inside it all this time. At the end I asked them, write my name, only the name I came with, nothing more, not the rank, the titles, the appointments. The man existed long before the door. I had been more than what they gave me. I had been less than what I could have been. I had been standing at the window also. I just didn't know which side I was seen from. The choice, the choice. The right road was the cold one. The choice, the choice. And cold things can be true. And somewhere a man is standing at a crossroads in the snow, and he already knows what he will choose, and he will carry it. Somewhere in the city, something housed, nothing visible and nothing named. The blue light comes in through the curtain now, and everything that sleeps looks the same. I've been awake since the hour had no name, since the clock forgot to keep the time. The street below is wet and empty still, and beautiful the way that cold things shine. I am not afraid of the dark I keep inside. I just don't know what it wants when it opens up at night. Blue hours, the blue hours, when the city doesn't know that I exist. Blue hours, the blue hours, I reach for something through the early mist. I don't know what I'm reaching for, but something in the blue is calling from a place that has no door, and I am still here listening. I've read the words that no one else was reading. I've written down the thing beneath the thought, the language that the rational day refuses. The blue thing in the body can't be taught. I looked into the eyes of things at midnight. They looked back without knowing what I was. We held each other in the dark a moment, and then the blue began to lighten some. I am not afraid of the dark I keep inside. I just don't know what it wants when it opens up at night. Blue hours, the blue hours, when the city doesn't know that I exist. Blue hours, the blue hours, I reach for something through the early mist. I don't know what I'm reaching for, but something in the blue is calling from a place that has no door, and I am still here listening. There is a kind of animal inside me that doesn't speak the language of the day. It only moves when everyone is sleeping. It only howls when I have run or say. I let it run along the empty sidewalk. I let it find the wet and silver road. It isn't lost, it knows where blue things live. It carries what the morning can't be told. The blue hour is not loneliness exactly. It's something older and without a name. The city and the dark and the warning are not three things, they are all the same. I don't know why the night is so much kinder. I don't know why the blue looks like a home, but I have lived my best life in the blue hours, among the awake and the alone. Blue hours, the blue hours, when the city doesn't know that I exist. Blue hours, the blue hours, I reach for something through the early mist. I don't know what I'm reaching for, but something in the blue is calling from a place that has no door, and I am still here listening. They said the poems were disturbing, strange. They said, why does he write of dogs in dark? I said, because the blue hour teaches things the daylight never reaches, never marks. The tongue knows things the mind is not yet named. The body knows the how before the word. I wrote it down because it needed saying, and some of it I think was finally heard. Blue hours, the city is still sleeping. Blue hours, and I am still awake. And somewhere a man is standing at a window in the blue, and something in him knows the name of what he doesn't know. The buildings came down one by one. I stood among the beautiful wreck. They said, how terrible, how lost. I said, I've never seen so far. The rubble had a kind of light that finished walls had never made. The honest things come out when things fall down and show you what was laid. Fall if you have to, fall beautifully. The ruins are more true than anything that stands. Beautiful ruins, beautiful ruins. I built my life inside the broken wall. Beautiful ruins, beautiful ruins. I found myself by watching something fall. Not despite the ruin, because of it. The collapse was not the end, it was the start of it. Beautiful ruins, I'm still here. They gave us rules and gave us codes. They gave us perfect things to be. I wore them like a borrowed coat that kept the cold in, not the free. The cherry blossoms fall the same on rubble and on polished stone. They don't care what they're falling on, they only know they're fully blown. Fall if you have to, fall beautifully. The ruins are more true than anything that stands. Beautiful ruins, beautiful ruins. I built my life inside the broken wall. Beautiful ruins, beautiful ruins. I found myself by watching something fall. I wrote about the ones who fell, the ones who chose the honest dark, who didn't dress the wound in silk, who let the scar remain the mark. Because the human thing is this, we fall and then we get back up. Not clean, not fixed, not as we were, but more ourselves than we have been. There was a woman in the dark, there were blossoms overhead. We sat among the beautiful ruins and for a night forgot the dead. I don't know how to say it right. The ruins had a quality of grace. Something in the broken shape made room for something in its place. Beautiful ruins, beautiful ruins. I built my life inside the broken wall. Beautiful ruins, beautiful ruins. I found myself by watching something fall. Not despite the ruin, because of it. The collapse was not the end, it was the start of it. Beautiful ruins, I'm still here. They asked me, why do you write this way? Why celebrate what falls apart? I said, because the broken thing is honest in a way. The whole is not. The ruins don't pretend, they show the grain inside the beam. They show the color underneath. They are exactly what they seem. Beautiful ruins, beautiful ruins. Something honest in the rubble. Beautiful ruins, beautiful ruins. Something living in the lost. And somewhere a man is standing in the ruins of the thing he used to be, and finding it more beautiful than he expected. 6 feet of ceiling, 6 feet of sky. That was the world I had those final years. The window showed me autumn in a frame. I counted seasons by the light that cleared. They said you should lie still, you should lie down. I said pass me the ink, pass me the brush. The syllables were all I had to give, and giving them was never quite enough. But look at that persimmon against the autumn blue. In all my years of walking, I never saw it true. 6 feet of sky, 6 feet of sky. The world was small and bright and brief and mine. 6 feet of sky, 6 feet of sky. I counted every season, every line. I wrote the persimmon, I wrote the bell, I wrote the way the autumn chose to fall. 6 feet of sky, and I was whole. The body had its own opinion. It said we're running low on time. I said I know, now let me write this down before the light forgets to climb. The pain was not the interesting thing. The interesting thing was still outside. The color of the persimmon in late sun, the particular gold before it died. But look at that persimmon against the autumn blue. In all my years of walking, I never saw it true. 6 feet of sky, 6 feet of sky. The world was small and bright and brief and mine. 6 feet of sky, 6 feet of sky. I counted every season, every line. I changed the old form, broke the rules. I said a haiku should be true, not neat. The season word is not enough alone if it doesn't make you feel the heat. They came to read to me when I couldn't hold the brush. They wrote the words down when I said them out. I dictated poems until the last, because the autumn had to be let out. 6 feet of ceiling, 6 feet of life, 6 feet of autumn afternoon. I wrote 17 syllables of it. I wrote 5, 7, 5 of the moon. And here is what the small life taught me. A world of 6 feet is a world complete when you are looking hard enough at it. The autumn fills it root to leaf. 6 feet of sky, 6 feet of sky. The world was small and bright and brief and mine. 6 feet of sky, 6 feet of sky. I counted every season, every line. I wrote the persimmon, I wrote the bell, I wrote the way the autumn chose to fall. 6 feet of sky, and I was whole. I wasn't ready, I was 34. There was so much I hadn't named in verse. The persimmon had more colors left to show. The autumn had more light, it hadn't dispersed. But what I had I used until the end. I didn't save the syllables for later. The sky above 6 feet is still a sky, and 6 feet is enough to make a maker. 6 feet of sky, 6 feet of sky. The persimmon is still there. 6 feet of sky. The bell is still the bell, and somewhere a person is lying still, looking up, and the ceiling is the whole world. Through the long dark tunnel into white, the train came out and everything was snow. I hadn't known the world could shift so fast, from dark to bright, from somewhere to nowhere. I know she was already waiting at the station. I hadn't asked her till she came. Her breath made clouds against the winter platform, and I had no good reason for my name. What brings a person to a place like this with nothing but the cold to call it home? I've asked myself the same thing every winter and come back just the same and just as alone. Snow country, the beautiful things that can't be held for long. Snow country, I came here for a reason I keep getting wrong. Not love exactly, something without a name. Something in the snow that looks the same as everything I came here to forget. Snow country, I'm not done yet. I watched her face reflected in the window, against the darkened glass, the passing light. A woman in the foreground, stars behind her, suspended in the beautiful cold night. She played until I slept, she left before the morning. I came back the following winter, all the same. I told myself it wasn't her I'd come for. I told myself, and I believed the claim. What brings a person to a place like this with nothing but the cold to call it home? I've asked myself the same thing every winter and come back just the same and just as alone. Snow country, the beautiful things that can't be held for long. Snow country, I came here for a reason I keep getting wrong. Not love exactly, something without a name. Something in the snow that looks the same as everything I came here to forget. Snow country, I'm not done yet. The mountain never asked me to be here. It had its seasons, it had all its snow. I was the one who needed the white silence. I was the one who didn't wanna go. The beautiful things are useless, he said that too. The useless things are what he came to write. The geisha and the fire and the cold silk, the wasted beauty of the mountain night. In the end the silkworms burned, and she stood there in the smoke. And I reached through the fire and the distance for something that never spoke. The beautiful things can't be explained. The beautiful things won't stay. Something in the snow already knows this isn't meant to last this way. Snow country, the beautiful things that can't be held for long. Snow country, I came here for a reason I keep getting wrong. Not love exactly, something without a name. Something in the snow that looks the same as everything I came here to forget. Snow country, I'm not done yet. I've written everything and solved nothing. I've come back every winter for a year. The beautiful things resist becoming meaning. They stay beautiful by staying clear. And she was never mine and knew it, and I was never hers and knew it too. And the snow keeps falling on the mountain, indifferent to the both of us and true. Snow country, the long tunnel ends. Snow country, and everything turns white. And somewhere a woman is standing on a platform in the cold, and the train is not going to stop this time. the rooms to keep the brightness out. The golden shadow needs the dark to shine. We never trusted light to show us beauty. We trusted the place where the light declined. The paper screen diffused what came from outside. A softer world arrived between the panes. We understood that beauty hides in corners and brings itself to those who stay and wait. They said, light everything, illuminate. Make it all visible, make it all clear. I said, the things that live in shadow were never meant to leave it. In praise of shadows, in praise of shadows, the gold that only glows when you go dim. In praise of shadows, in praise of shadows, the beautiful things are kept inside of them. Not the bright room, not the afternoon, but the corner where the candle hasn't reached. In praise of shadows, where the beauty sleeps. The woman in the dark was more herself there. The skin that candlelight could barely name. I didn't need to see her clearly. The shadow made her beauty more the same. There is a texture only darkness teaches, the slow arrival of a thing half known. The objects in the far end of the temple had waited centuries to not be shown. They said, light everything, illuminate. Make it all visible, make it all clear. I said, the things that live in shadow were never meant to leave it. In praise of shadows, in praise of shadows, the gold that only glows when you go dim. In praise of shadows, in praise of shadows, the beautiful things are kept inside of them. Not the bright room, not the afternoon, but the corner where the candle hasn't reached. In praise of shadows, where the beauty sleeps. The West came in with their electric brightness and said, now we can see what things are worth. I watched them light the corners of the old rooms, and something in the old rooms left the earth. I am not arguing for the past exactly, I'm saying something lived in what we kept. The lacquer and the screen and the dim tatami held beauty that the bright room swept. Give me the room where I can't see the ceiling. Give me the table where the candle dies. Give me the gold that only comes at twilight, the thing that hides itself before my eyes. There is a kind of knowing in the darkness. There is a kind of beauty in the seam between the seen and unseen. That's the country I have spent my whole life trying to dream. In praise of shadows, in praise of shadows, the gold that only glows when you go dim. In praise of shadows, in praise of shadows, the beautiful things are kept inside of them. Not the bright room, not the afternoon, but the corner where the candle hasn't reached. In praise of shadows, where the beauty sleeps. I wrote about the women in the darkness, about obsession and the silken shame. I wrote the things that daylight called indecent, and the shadow was the point, not just the frame. Because the human thing lives in the margins, in the almost seen, the just beyond the light. The beautiful things are not afraid of shadow. They were born there.
they require night. In praise of shadows, in praise of shadows.